Hollywood and every industry said, hey, let's all go after Harvey. Let's all attack him at once. Why did they do that? Well, because then they'll say, well, we're cleaning up the industry, we're taking things back. But really, this is about pedophilia and the Hollywood pedophiles being exposed. This is really about the info warriors and the people who listen to this show who have been calling out the pedophilia and the degeneracy in Hollywood for decades. And who's the conspiracy theory now? Right? That's my question, is who is the conspiracy theory now? The people on InfoWars, Alex Jones, people, I didn't even know about Alex Jones 5 years ago. He was doing amazing work calling out the pedophilia in Hollywood. And they said, oh, that's a conspiracy theory. So there's an amazing video that's going to touch into this point now that Corey Feldman, a very brave man, had resurfaced now. Because remember, when I was growing up, I'm 39, the two Coreys were the big deal. The Corey Feldman and Corey Haim were in every film together. They're two Coreys. They were the coolest kids growing up. Corey Feldman, of course, was in Goonies. They were great. And then it turns out that Corey Haim became a drug addict and killed himself, and people said, why? Well, because he was molested by Hollywood pedophiles. And Corey Feldman on Barbara Walters tries to confront the pedophilia issue. And let's listen to what Barbara Walters tells a victim of pedophiles.
I'm saying that there are people that were the people that did this to both me and Corey that are still working. They're still out there, and they're some of the richest, most powerful people in this business.
And they are.
And they do not want me saying what I'm saying right now.
Are you saying that they're pedophiles?
Yes.
And that they're still in this business?
Yes.
That's what. Yeah, and that's what you're saying in your book. When you talk to when you talk to
They don't want
parents,
me here right now. Trust
Corey,
me. They want me dead.
there are a lot of parents out here who want to put their kids in this business. Their kids are cute. They're great actors. What would you say to a parent who just has the best of intentions, who's coming here with their child? If you're saying that there's a lot of predators in this industry.
It's a many-feathered bird. Okay? Be careful what you wish for. That's what I'll tell you. You know, don't go into it with naivety. Don't go into it thinking that it's all roses and sunglasses.
You're damaging an entire industry.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to.
That
I'm just trying to say that it's a very important, serious topic.
You said that there was one gentleman in the industry who did not take advantage of you. He was not a pedophile. You said it was Michael Jackson.
Of all people.
You're damaging an entire industry. Barbara Walters, we can now confirm, is a pedophile apologist, just like Meryl Streep, who got up and
she's a pedophile collaborator.
No question. I mean, that video that should be on every news network tonight. That should be the biggest story of the weekend, is Barbara Walters is a pedophile enabler, collaborator, apologist, supporter. There's no language that it can be too strong to describe that clip where she's literally shaming a victim of pedophilia. Well, how dare you go after an entire industry? And then people wonder why these kids are afraid to come forward. There had been, of course, other people tweeting out Terry Crews had been sexually assaulted by a male producer. Terry Crews, of course, 240 pounds.
I don't know if you missed it, but I went ahead and just told the story back when I was doing stuff in Hollywood. In the meeting, these old producers just grab you. It was like an act of domination.
Yeah, a friend of mine who's a bodybuilder, that's actually why he left Hollywood, because they told him, he went into a shot and they said, you get on your knees. And he was like, ah, ha, ha, ha. And they go, no, get the F, on your knees. And he was like, what are you talking about? And he found out that pretty much 90% of every male superstar has performed fellatio and other denigrated sex acts. That's why
it's not about sex, Gary. It's about power.
Right. And that's why many of them will not come forward. I mean, Jimmy Kimmel, what is Jimmy Kimmel hiding? He said in a story today, he goes, well, the reason, I didn't make Harvey Weinstein jokes is because it's not my job to talk about politics. It's not my job to call things out.
Let's be serious. The question is, has Jimmy Kimmel performed fellatio on Mr. Weinstein?
And does Weinstein have pictures of that? That's like another big issue here. So, yeah, Jimmy Kimmel says, I'm not the moral conscience of America. But wait a minute, Brian Stelter of CNN actually called him America's conscience. Right? So Jimmy Kimmel wants to talk about health care, tell people who support the Second Amendment that we hate America, that we want people to die. Oh, he's America's conscience then. But when it comes to a softball, it doesn't take any moral courage now. 2 weeks ago, to call out Harvey Weinstein, that took great courage. That took tremendous courage to call him out because he was the most powerful man in Hollywood 2 weeks ago. Today, it doesn't take any courage. So Kimmel doesn't even have that moral courage now. So the reason is, well, why does he talk about these political issues? Well, I bet you that there are pictures of him performing sexual acts on Harvey Weinstein, and he doesn't want those films to get out and the pictures to get out and everything. And what he needs to do is come forward and just admit that he had been molested by Harvey Weinstein, just as many other male actors did, and do a great thing for America, do a great thing for the industry. But he's not going to do it because he doesn't have any moral courage. None of these people in Hollywood do. They knew about this for decades. They're all degenerates. I could have sold my soul and gone to Hollywood. Alex could have sold his soul. The friend of mine who didn't want to perform oral sex during a casting call could have. But we didn't want to, but we knew that was the practice. So it was almost like when they say, well, Poison talked about it. I mean, not to get too, corny on people, but there was even a song, A Fallen Angel, by a glam artist. Poison was the group. I forget who the lead singer was or whatever, Brett Michaels or something like that. But the whole video is about a young girl comes from the Midwest and she goes into LA and just wants to be a starlet and everything. And then she's immediately corrupted and taken over.
Now they want to do that to America. Mike Cernovich coming up will break it all down. Hollywood's seduction and gang rape of America now coming to an end. NFL collapsing. Trump reinvoking God in America. What does this signify? A great turning straight ahead as Mike Cernovich host. Infowars.com, newswars.com. You can